breaking tonight, we are following two major stories. There are serious questions for Joe Biden this evening following the publication of emails allegedly belonging to his son Hunter that contradict or seem to the nominee's insistence the two never discussed business dealings with Ukraine. A cycle tradition of an October surprise possibly being fulfilled tonight by the allegation that Joe Biden may have had a meeting he has vehemently denied. The Biden campaign still denies it tonight, but emails allegedly from his son Hunter Biden say the meeting was at least being set up. This about Hunter Biden and a powerful Ukrainian businessman.
Yeah, the Hunter Biden scandal is the big breaking story. It's the October surprise on steroids. And also that was Bret Baier talking about his connections with that Ukrainian guy. This morning, the Post published another email that shows the corruption going on with China, including mention of the big guy. Guess who that is? Anyway, the point being is you're probably wondering, okay, great, so Hunter Biden's in the news, he's involved in all the scandals. Very, very likely his scandals will bring down his father. But you're wondering, how the hell did Hunter Biden help save my marriage? Well, let me explain. Last week, because I saw that Amazon Prime Day was coming up, and then there was a similar thing going on with Best Buy, I figured it's a good time to buy a new computer. So I told that to my wife. I says, next week I'm going to get a new computer. I need one. So she said, first thing out of her mouth was, "Oh, good. Now, I'll take your old computer and I'll send it to a family member of mine in Venezuela, a relative." And I go, no, do not. Whatever you do, and this applies to everybody out there, do not let anybody else see your computer. I don't care if it's a friend or a close relative, because guess what? They probably won't be having that computer forever. I mean, even if they're good people, eventually it could get into some really bad hands. And since this computer is going into to Venezuela, you could figure out what a nightmare that could be. So that started a running battle between me and my wife last week and earlier this week. Her attitude was, you don't care about my family. You're selfish. You're selfish. Meanwhile, I'm going, tu familia, mi vida. It's my life, man. I got personal information on my computer. I got passwords. I got all kinds of stuff. And she's like, she's not all that tech savvy, by the way. So she's saying, well, delete it. No, it's you delete it. It's still on there. It's the only way you can delete a computer, get rid of what's on information on your hard drive, is maybe take a sledgehammer to it or do what Hillary Clinton did, bleach bit it. So anyway, we had a series of battles and arguments, and they were never resolved. All that would happen was basically to be continued later as we'd silently and angrily go about our own ways, and then hours later the same damn argument would start again. All over the same thing, and I want to keep my computer. She's saying I'm selfish, and she wants to send it to a family member in Venezuela, a relative of hers. So finally, when the Hunter Biden story broke yesterday, I was, part of me, I was happy very selfishly, because this morning I talked to my wife. And I told her, you see what happens when somebody else gets access to your computer? You see that? He left it off to be repaired, and like an idiot, he never paid for it. In the computer store, eventually turned it over to the FBI and as well as to Rudy Giuliani, or rather his lawyer. Oh, and by the way, if he had only turned it over to the FBI, do you think we'd ever know about this? Come on, of course not. The FBI was just going to sit on it, and, it's great blackmail material. If for some reason Joe Biden was elected president, they would do everything the FBI, he would do everything the FBI said, because they had that material on him. So that's another aspect to it. But anyway, today I told her, I says, you see what happened? And then on top, I told her, and also he had, so I'm telling her about all this emails and stuff. She's not involved in politics and stuff, so that was kind of going over her head a little bit. And I says, also, there's a video of him on there smoking crack and having sex while smoking crack. And, you know, of course, she's like, all of a sudden she's interested, you know. So, but anyway, the point is, the argument is over. My wife is convinced from the experience of Hunter Biden. Do not let anybody else, under any conditions, have access to your computer. Don't give it. Don't sell it. Don't send it to a family member like in Venezuela, which is ridiculous. Just either destroy it or hang on to it. That's the options. Destroy your old hard drive or hang on to it, but don't lose access to it under any conditions. So I thank Hunter Biden. Thank you. Not only, I mean, the big picture is looks likely that you're bringing down your father's campaign, but on a personal, selfish note, you've ended my continual arguing with my wife over whether she should send my old computer to a relative of hers. So thank you, Hunter Biden, and see you later.